Imagine a city where kings and queens have ruled for nearly 1,000 years. Where an ancient fortress protects priceless royal treasures. Where one of the world's most famous clocks has marked history for generations. And where a giant observation wheel offers breathtaking views of a skyline that blends centuries of history with cutting-edge modern architecture. This is London, a city unlike any other on Earth. Every year, more than 20 million visitors arrive from around the world to experience its iconic landmarks, royal traditions, rich culture, and fascinating history. But beyond the postcards and famous photographs lies a city filled with remarkable stories, stories of power, survival, innovation, and resilience. London has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, survived devastating fires and wartime bombings, and grown into one of the world's most influential capitals. It is a place where medieval castles stand beside towering skyscrapers, where ancient traditions continue in the heart of a fast-moving global city. In this documentary, we'll journey through London's past and present. We'll uncover the secrets of its legendary landmarks, explore the lives of kings and queens, stroll across historic bridges, admire world-famous architecture, and discover why London remains one of the greatest cities in the world. So, sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the timeless beauty of London. Located on the banks of the River Thames in southeastern England, London is the capital of both England and the United Kingdom. It is home to more than 9 million people and is one of the world's leading centers for finance, culture, education, fashion, tourism, and politics. London is incredibly diverse, with people from hundreds of cultures and backgrounds living side by side. More than 300 languages are spoken across the city, making it one of the most multicultural places on Earth. Whether you're fascinated by royal history, breathtaking architecture, world-class museums, beautiful parks, or lively neighborhoods, London offers something for every traveler. But to truly understand London, we must first travel back nearly 2,000 years to the beginning of its extraordinary story. To understand London today, we must travel back nearly 2,000 years to the time of the Roman Empire. In AD 43, the Romans invaded Britain under Emperor Claudius. A few years later, they established a settlement along the banks of the River Thames and named it Londinium. Its location was ideal. The river allowed ships to transport goods, while roads connected the settlement to other parts of Roman Britain. The Romans built strong stone walls, paved roads, temples, public baths, marketplaces, and a bridge across the Thames. Even today, archaeologists continue to uncover Roman ruins beneath London's modern streets, reminding us of the city's ancient origins. After the Romans left Britain in the 5th century, Londinium gradually declined. However, the city did not disappear. Anglo-Saxon settlers rebuilt the community, and London slowly regained its importance as a center of trade and government. During the Middle Ages, London flourished. Merchants from across Europe filled its busy markets with silk, spices, wool, wine, and precious metals. Ships from distant lands sailed along the Thames, bringing new goods, cultures, and ideas. In 1066, a turning point changed England forever. William, Duke of Normandy, defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings and became William the Conqueror. To secure his rule over the capital, he ordered the construction of a massive stone fortress beside the River Thames. This fortress became the famous Tower of London. Over the following centuries, London experienced periods of prosperity and tragedy. In 1348, the Black Death reached the city, claiming thousands of lives. More than 300 years later, another disaster struck. In September 1666, a fire started in a small bakery on Pudding Lane. Strong winds spread the flames rapidly through the city's tightly packed wooden buildings. For 4 days, the Great Fire of London raged across the capital, destroying more than 13,000 houses, dozens of churches, and much of medieval London. Although the destruction was immense, the fire also marked a new beginning. London was rebuilt with wider streets, stronger brick buildings, and magnificent new architecture. One of the greatest achievements of this rebuilding effort was St. Paul's Cathedral, designed by the brilliant architect Sir Christopher Wren. The 18th and 19th centuries transformed London into the heart of the British Empire. At its height, the empire governed territories across every continent, and London became the world's leading center for trade, finance, science, and politics. Railways connected the growing city, factories powered the Industrial Revolution, and grand museums, theatres, and public buildings reflected Britain's global influence. The 20th century brought new challenges. During the Second World War, London endured months of heavy bombing known as the Blitz. Homes, businesses, churches, and historic landmarks were damaged or destroyed. Yet the determination of London's people never faded. After the war, the city rebuilt once again, preserving its heritage while embracing modern development. Today, London stands as one of the world's greatest cities. Historic castles, royal palaces, and centuries-old churches stand alongside gleaming skyscrapers, innovative architecture, and vibrant cultural districts. Every neighborhood tells a different story, and every landmark reflects another chapter in London's remarkable journey through time. As we continue our exploration, we arrive at one of London's oldest and most legendary landmarks, a place that has served as a royal palace, a prison, a fortress, an execution site, and a guardian of the British crown jewels. Welcome to the Tower of London. Standing proudly on the north bank of the River Thames, the Tower of London is one of the most powerful symbols of British history. For nearly 1,000 years, it has watched over the city, silent, imposing, and full of secrets. Built in 1078 by order of William the Conqueror, the central structure known as the White Tower was designed to intimidate and protect. Over time, the complex expanded into a massive fortress surrounded by strong defensive walls and deep protective moats. But the Tower of London is far more than just a castle. Throughout history, it has served many roles: royal residence, prison, treasury, armory, and even a zoo in its early days. Inside these ancient stone walls, some of England's most dramatic stories unfolded. Kings were imprisoned. Queens were executed. Political enemies were held in dark cells beneath the fortress. Among the most famous prisoners was Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, who was executed within the tower's grounds in 1536. Despite its dark history, the tower is also home to one of Britain's greatest treasures, the crown jewels. This extraordinary collection includes crowns, scepters, swords, and royal regalia still used in coronation ceremonies today. Millions of visitors come each year to see these priceless symbols of monarchy and power. Another iconic feature of the tower is its guardians, known as the yeoman warders or beefeaters. These ceremonial guards have protected the tower for centuries and still live within its walls. They also guide visitors through its history, sharing stories of intrigue, betrayal, and legend. But perhaps one of the most mysterious traditions involves the ravens. According to legend, if the ravens ever leave the tower, the kingdom will fall. Because of this belief, at least 6 ravens are always kept within the grounds, cared for by a special raven master. Over the centuries, countless stories of ghosts and mysterious sightings have been reported inside the tower. From the ghost of Anne Boleyn to the mysterious figures seen in the Bloody Tower, the site is considered one of the most haunted locations in England. Today, the Tower of London is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site but also one of the most visited attractions in the United Kingdom. It stands as a powerful reminder of England's complex and often turbulent history. As we leave the shadows of the tower behind, we cross one of London's most famous landmarks, a bridge that has become a global symbol of the city itself. This is Tower Bridge. Just a short walk from the Tower of London stands one of the most recognizable structures in the world, Tower Bridge. Often mistaken for London Bridge, Tower Bridge is a masterpiece of Victorian engineering and design. Completed in 1894, it was built to solve a growing problem. London was expanding rapidly, and the River Thames had become one of the busiest waterways in the world. A bridge was needed that would allow both road traffic and tall ships to pass through. The solution was both practical and brilliant. Tower Bridge was designed as a bascule bridge, meaning its central sections can lift upward to allow large ships to pass underneath. When raised, the 2 massive towers open like a gateway to the river, creating a dramatic and unforgettable sight. The bridge itself is made of steel but covered in stone cladding to match the nearby Tower of London, ensuring that it blends beautifully with its historic surroundings. Its 2 towers are connected by high-level walkways, originally built for pedestrians when the bridge was raised. However, in the early years, these walkways became unpopular and were eventually closed due to lack of use. Today, they have been transformed into a glass-floored viewing gallery, offering breathtaking panoramic views of London and the River Thames below. Inside the bridge, Victorian engine rooms once powered the lifting mechanism using steam engines. Today, modern hydraulic systems operate the bridge, but the original machinery is still preserved as part of a museum, showcasing the engineering brilliance of the 19th century. Tower Bridge quickly became one of London's most famous landmarks. Its dramatic silhouette against the skyline, especially when illuminated at night, attracts millions of visitors and photographers from around the world. It is often confused with London Bridge, which is a simpler and more modern structure located nearby. Yet Tower Bridge remains the true icon, symbolizing London's blend of history, innovation, and architectural beauty. As we continue our journey along the River Thames, we move toward the heart of modern London, where the city's political and cultural identity comes alive. Rising above the riverbanks is one of the most famous clock towers in the world. This is Big Ben. On the banks of the River Thames stands one of the most recognizable silhouettes in the world, the Palace of Westminster, home to the United Kingdom's Parliament. Rising above it all is the famous clock tower commonly known as Big Ben. While many people use the name Big Ben to describe the entire tower, it actually refers to the massive bell inside. The tower itself is officially called the Elizabeth Tower. Completed in 1859, the clock tower quickly became a symbol of precision, tradition, and British identity. Its 4 clock faces are among the largest in the world, and its chimes have marked the passage of time in London for more than a century. The Palace of Westminster, which surrounds the tower, is the centre of British political life. It is here that 2 houses of Parliament meet, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Together, they debate laws, shape national policy, and make decisions that affect millions of people. The building itself is a masterpiece of Gothic Revival architecture, with intricate stonework, pointed arches, and ornate details stretching along the riverfront. Although much of the current structure was rebuilt after a devastating fire in 1834, the site has been a center of governance for nearly 1,000 years. Inside, the halls are filled with history. Members of Parliament walk through corridors where major decisions shaping the British Empire, and the modern United Kingdom, have been made. The sound of the clock's chimes has become one of London's most iconic audio signatures. Even today, despite occasional maintenance and restoration work, the bell continues to mark the rhythm of city life. At night, the illuminated tower reflects beautifully across the River Thames, creating one of the most photographed scenes in London. From the political heart of the city, our journey now moves toward a more modern perspective of London's skyline, offering breathtaking views above the capital. This is the London Eye. Rises one of London's most modern landmarks, the London Eye. Standing at 135 meters tall, this giant observation wheel offers one of the most breathtaking panoramic views of the entire city. Opened to the public in the year 2000, the London Eye was originally designed as a temporary structure to celebrate the new millennium. However, its overwhelming popularity ensured it became a permanent part of London's skyline. Each of the 32 glass capsules represents one of the boroughs of London. Slowly rotating at a gentle pace, the wheel completes one full revolution in about 30 minutes, giving visitors plenty of time to absorb the sweeping views of the city. From the top, you can see the River Thames winding through the heart of London, with landmarks such as the Palace of Westminster, Big Ben, St. Paul's Cathedral, and even the distant Shard piercing the skyline. Unlike traditional observation towers, the London Eye offers a unique experience. Instead of rushing upward in an elevator, visitors slowly ascend in a capsule that feels like it is floating above the city. This gradual movement allows the skyline to unfold in a cinematic way, making it one of the most photographed attractions in the United Kingdom. At night, the wheel transforms into a glowing circle of light reflected on the Thames, creating a stunning visual centerpiece for the city. The London Eye represents a new era of London, modern, innovative, and forward-looking, while still sitting in harmony with the city's historic surroundings. As we descend back to ground level, our journey now takes us to one of the most iconic symbols of British royalty in the world. This is Buckingham Palace. At the heart of London stands Buckingham Palace, the official residence of the British monarch and one of the most recognized royal buildings in the world. With its grand facade, golden gates, and perfectly maintained gardens, the palace represents centuries of monarchy, tradition, and ceremony. It has served as the administrative headquarters of the royal family since the 19th century and remains one of the few working royal palaces in the world today. Originally built in 1703 as Buckingham House, it was later transformed into a palace when King George IV ordered its expansion in the early 1800s. Since then, it has been the central residence of British royalty, witnessing historic events, royal celebrations, and official state ceremonies. One of the most famous traditions associated with Buckingham Palace is the changing of the guard. This ceremonial event features soldiers in bright red uniforms and tall bearskin hats, marching in precise formation to the rhythm of military bands. It symbolizes the formal handover of responsibility for protecting the monarch. Visitors from around the world gather daily outside the palace gates to witness this iconic ceremony, which reflects the discipline and pageantry of British royal tradition. Behind the palace lies the vast Buckingham Palace garden, a private green space used for royal events and summer garden parties. It is one of the largest private gardens in London, home to thousands of trees and carefully designed landscapes. Although the palace is primarily a working building rather than a tourist attraction, parts of it are open to the public during certain times of the year, allowing visitors to experience its lavish interiors and royal collections. Symbol of continuity and tradition, standing at the center of British identity for generations. At the center of London's cultural life lies Trafalgar Square, one of the city's most famous public spaces. Built to commemorate the British naval victory at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, the square is dominated by Nelson's Column, a towering monument honoring Admiral Lord Nelson. Surrounded by grand buildings, fountains, and the iconic lion statues, Trafalgar Square has become a gathering place for celebrations, protests, performances, and national events. It represents the voice of the people, lively, expressive, and always changing. Just a short walk away is Piccadilly Circus, one of the busiest and most energetic intersections in London. Known for its glowing digital billboards and constant flow of people, it is often compared to Times Square in New York. At night, the lights transform the area into a vibrant display of modern city life, attracting tourists, performers, and locals alike. Food and cuisine. London's food scene is a blend of tradition and global influence. Classic British dishes like fish and chips, Sunday roast, and afternoon tea remain popular, while international cuisine from India, China, the Middle East, and Africa has become an essential part of daily life. Transport. The London Underground, also known as the Tube, is the oldest metro system in the world. With its famous roundel symbol and extensive network of lines, it connects every corner of the city. Red double-decker buses and black taxis further add to London's iconic transport identity. Shopping lifestyle. From luxury stores on Oxford Street and Bond Street to street markets like Portobello Road and Borough Market, London offers endless shopping experiences. The city blends high fashion with local craftsmanship and global brands. London is not just a city, it is a living story, a place where ancient history and modern innovation exist side by side. Where royal traditions continue in a fast-paced global capital. Where every street corner holds a piece of the past, and every skyline view points toward the future. From the historic walls of the Tower of London to the glowing lights of the London Eye, from the royal gates of Buckingham Palace to the bustling streets of Piccadilly Circus, London stands as a symbol of resilience, culture, and timeless beauty. It is a city that has shaped the world, and continues to inspire it. Thank you for joining this journey through London. Until next time, keep exploring the world.